Hi, and welcome to Take One Studio, the acting in film. I'm your host, Caesar, one of the acting teachers here, a comedian and sometimes filmmaker. My co-host here is Ariana. Ariana, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ariana Silva. I'm a Dartmouth College student who's studying English and film, and I'm excited to be here.
Yes, all right. And we have two guests today, our acting students here at Take One. We have here Ana Clara. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm a student here at Take One Studio, and yeah,
that's it? Okay,
it.
cool. And your name? Did I get that right?
Ana Clara.
Ana Clara, okay.
Your social security number, your
Exactly.
number. And
Just the last four.
Tell the
Just the
whole
last four.
address. Tell the whole address.
Just the last four. And last we have Sophia.
Best for last. Hi, my name is Sophia Martinez, not Sophia, and I've been here for quite a while. Ignore that. And
Something technical just fell.
Yeah.
That's what happened, but we're moving on. You've been here for quite a while, right, Sophie?
yup. Yeah.
Fun fact.
And fun fact, we're fellow Hialeahans, me and Sophie.
Yeah. Great Hialeah, where all the illegal races and everything.
Illegal race? Oh, okay. I think it's
That's a horrible thing to do. I'm a.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense because I hear that from my balcony. Like, I'm like, what's going on out there? Is this like NASCAR? Cool. All right. So today's theme is questions is embarrassing moments in acting class. You guys have any?
Well,
Oh, you got one?
it wasn't really embarrassing because, well, here everybody's like, I try not to think as embarrassing because everybody here makes mistakes.
I mean,
but sometimes I say
yeah.
some things that it's like, why did I even say that? Like, just shut up. Like, nobody cares. Nobody asked. And it's kind of stupid, but I can't
Okay. So
really
wait,
remember
let me
what I said.
elaborate there. So what was the verbal diarrhea
Vomit.
that came out? The verbal vomit that came out.
I don't really remember. I remember, but like, I think we were like in a circle and we had to. Yeah. You told us to rhyme our words, and then I think I said something. It was like really stupid after, but I wanted for the next person to rhyme with those words, but like they didn't get it, so it was just like silent. It was quiet. So that
That's
was
awkward.
it's very awkward.
It's the Beastie Boy rap. It's an improv game, and it's also my embarrassing moment. Is that I think it was the first time I did it. Everyone who had done it several times before, so everybody was kind of like awesome at this little. It's like also a rapping game, so it's kind of like rhythmic, and you have to think of a rhyme and you have to hit it, and so it's kind of like the exercise basically is that your mind. You have no time to think, so since you're obeying a beat, so like that's what cool thing about musical improv is like you're kind of like you have to hit that, and so you have to trust your brain and like cut that filter out and like hit that. So I was still second guessing myself, and I had I had just come back from New York, so I had high expectations of myself, and so we had this game. And basically, there's like a rhythm. It's a ba ba da ba da 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 da, and then like someone says something, and then like you say like I woke up this morning and I brushed my teeth, ba da ba da ba da ba, and it goes like, and then I went outside and I saw some. I pulled a sword from a sheath. You know what I mean? Like you have to like rhyme
That's right.
teeth, whatever,
Yeah.
and you start with like one syllable, two syllables. But I remember the first time everybody was amazing except me, and I think I just clapped. It was like ba ba da da da. I was like.
Yeah.
And I don't think I said anything.
I feel like all acting
For the-
exercises can be embarrassing.
Yeah,
They
for the
can.
first time, and I think like the second time I'll go and I'll stutter. It took me a long time to like get moderately okay with that exercise, but I still like those pressure exercises. Cool. So we share that. That Beastie Boy rap is a tough one.
I can't think of anything. I don't know if this counts as embarrassing, and I don't remember too much. But my first kiss was on set for a music video.
That must be.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Imagine like everybody just watching you kiss. It's kind of.
That was,
and your first kiss also.
like all the cast and crew is there, and these lights, and the director's like counting down.
Oh,
Um,
it's anxiety.
Imagine what your parents were thinking about that. Like that must be really weird.
And then you think about like if you look weird in the camera, like kissing someone, because it's your first kiss, so you think about like I must look horrible right now,
Yeah.
That's awkward.
I did a short film, and it was I think the only time I've ever had to do like an on-camera kiss, and the girl had tons of lip gloss. Like it was. I guess you're trying to be like for camera, so it was just like kissing glue. It was like just like it was just not. Yeah.
That sounds just. I'm throwing up in my mouth just the thought of that.
It was just like
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Jennifer Lawrence, before filming scenes in The Hunger Games with Gale, his character was Gale, Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth, one of the Hemsworth brothers. She would like eat onions on purpose or like tuna. And I think that's
DiCaprio
disgusting.
did that with in Titanic with Kate Winslet because they were like friends.
Yeah,
so
but they're so
I think the car scene or whatever, they're like really close. He was like stank breath the whole time, and she just she won that Oscar. That's what happened.
Wow.
She held it. So that's I guess that's an embarrassing moment. What
I got one.
Any for you?
Go for it.
Go.
ahead.
Okay, so like it was like a little, it wasn't that big, but we had like a 2-person scene. We had like this word, it was camp, and the first thing I thought of was my childhood show, Camp Kiki Waka. And of course, this is where I learned something where I should let the other person talk and not me have the whole spotlight. The first thing I yelled was, "Welcome to Camp Kiki Waka," and I've been yelling the whole time. We have camera boys and everything. And trust me, that's the awkwardest point. And every time the other person tried to talk, I never let him talk. And then I was just the person with the biggest spotlight, with the biggest heartache. I just felt like I just wanted to throw myself on the bottom of this cliff.
I did an improv show once. It was, I think the entire team knew that it was like not that, it was not a good show. Like we've had a couple good shows, but there was one that was a terrible show, and we all just like walked off stage and we didn't talk. And we just like we were like, oh, and I think one girl almost like quit for like a hot second, and it was like, but then we came back. We did good shows after that, but there was that one show we were like, wow, we just like walked off and we went like, nothing. Yeah, it was. So yeah, my embarrassment never been in class. Actually, speaking of class embarrassments, there's you guys know who Val Kilmer is?
No.
No, he was pretty popular back in the 80s and even 90s. He was a Batman for a while. He got like throat cancer and he's like can't talk. So he made this documentary about acting, and he went to Juilliard, and there's a moment where he was brave enough to he had like a lot of like video of all his whole life, and he has acting class in Juilliard where the teacher asked him like, what about I forget what it was. He was like, well, I've never had that experience. He was, I guess, being very method. And the teacher like reams him out like in front of the class, like, of course you have imagination and whatever. Like just there's a whole thing, and it was a really good, powerful thing that the teacher was saying, and he included it in the documentary. But it's him, kind of like young and like really like early 20s, just like sitting there, and this teacher's just like just giving him. I guess it doesn't matter now because he became a super successful actor. But yeah, that's reminded me of that. Just kind of like being like, I guess that was he put his embarrassing moment out in his documentary. It's on, I think it's on Amazon. We have, what else?
Okay,
notes. What were you saying? Was the director saying, ask questions among you guys?
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So,
Singing.
Oh,
It's embarrassing. And
very.
You just had to start with that. You just had to start with that.
That's great.
Great
because I think, again, well, we just had rap, which is kind of, it is music, so it is. First time I went to New York, it was to audition for Second City. And I had done improv here in Miami, so I was kind of like, I thought I was like awesome. I was like El Papi of Miami. So, and I auditioned, I got a call back, I'm like, I got this. And I go in there, and it was El Papi of Wisconsin, El Papi of California. It was a lot of like really talented people, and I got like really humbled really quick. And these people could sing, man. Like they were like musical theater, dance, sing, act, improv. And I had to, what they say in Spanish, ponerme las pilas. You know what I mean? Like I had to step up.
Yeah.
And I took a musical improv class, but for the first time, my voice was like constrained. Like if I was singing, like, it just wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
Like I
They like
embarrassed
make
me.
you sing even if you don't know how.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you had to.
Yeah.
You had to. And then I took musical improv, and then ahí me sacó un poco, and I started, going to karaoke and just kind of like quitarme la pena un poco. I just do Spanglish there. That's called Spanglish.
Well, I used to sing.
Used to?
I was in a choir.
Come on, give it us right now. Go.
Oh,
Go for it.
girl,
Come on.
no. I'm not. No, I don't actually sing anymore. I don't.
Talking about embarrassing.
I was
moments.
in a choir. I was
In a what?
Is it choir?
choir. It's because yeah.
War. It was the Marines. And I used to harmonize with those guys.
Look, like it's because like I say it different ways.
I was doing Pilates, working on my core, and I was
No, it's because like my parents say choir instead of choir because they know mostly Spanish and English.
oh.
But anyways, the songs that I sang, like one of them were like, you know that song from the movie
Annie.
Annie.
like
Annie.
tomorrow or something. I don't know. I was.
Well, how does the song go? How does it go? How does it go, Sophie? I don't remember that song.
I don't
we
remember
never-
either. That was like 2 years ago. I can't. No. I do not remember the lyrics.
Well, the first two words are tomorrow. Try to.
Okay. Tomorrow. That's all I remember.
That was beautiful. I
That-
loved it.
okay.
There was melody in the la la da da there.
That was
The
really
da da da
good.
had some melody. I
Yeah,
like it.
because I barely remember. It was like for a Christian Catholic,
Doesn't remember the religion.
and then we had to like a little piece of Latin on a little religious song. It was
Uh-huh.
and then like I didn't know how to do it, and so what I did was do a little bit of gibberish. I was like,
That must be. That's like the best church recital I ever heard of. Let's go to church, watch productions of Annie, and then some Latin arias
Just
in
throw
gibberish.
it in there. Just go.
No, and the whole time was like a stick. I just had to stand there. Also, I used to play piano,
Okay.
and I had to. And
I like. Did you like get
Wait.
amnesia? Like I used to. Like, you still do. You can still play
Yeah.
piano.
No, actually, don't.
I used to, but now I don't
I
have
used to
fingers
breathe.
anymore.
No, it was at the same day where I did the singing. I had to do
Play
play
piano.
the piano.
Like a recital.
I forgot my notes, and I had to do the whole thing by memory.
Oh.
And when I tell you, I messed up so many times, and yet I made it look like I did it perfectly.
Oh, that's a talent.
That's a
That's
talent.
nice.
But now I think I do not want to go back again because the music industry, it's nice, just not for me. I'd rather sing in the shower.
You would know if I messed
Yeah.
up on the piano. I think you would know. I think I'd be like, you go, that guy doesn't know how to play piano. That guy, I think I could fake it. And you sing, Anna. That's why I'm hearing.
I mean, I sing, just not good. You know.
Oh,
I sing
okay.
myself.
Everyone sings.
Yeah, I sing, but it's horrible. I was talking to my sister the other day, and I was like, well, I need to, learn a little bit about notes because I don't know anything. And like, I saw that most of the actors, they're really good at singing. I was like, wow, like I suck. Like I don't know anything about notes.
We have a singing course next time next month.
We're having
Really?
we're having a singing course next month.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Well-
could I enroll? 'Cause
I'm not gonna be there. I'm sorry.
one of the I think here you go. Here's an embarrassing, I guess, and half embarrassing and half regret. Of all things that I've studied, I regret not really focusing on voice more, and I think it's so your character is.
I mean,
is
look
in
at Andrew
voice.
Garfield.
Oh my
That was-
God.
That guy
Very-
can sing
yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
With
a lot of people,
Tick,
yeah.
Tick, Boom.
Yeah.
That was great.
There was yeah, and but even for acting, just like your characters in your voice, everything's
Yeah.
is in voice. And I've karaoke'd, and I'm a hit and miss. Sometimes I'm like, hey, you did pretty good there. And other times I'm like, nah, no. But I wish I had more breath support. I think that's what I never got. Like getting the diaphragm and the
Yeah.
breath support is what I
I-
need more work on.
I
Like I
hate
know it. Huh? You
I
hate it?
I really hated being correct on that, even though I know I'm doing good. It's like because I've been doing many years of that, of like singing, and it's been the diagram part is just the most exhausting thing.
Diaphragm.
Diagram.
So speaking of now we said diagram, we said core, and the Broadway show and E.
And
What other I like things because yes, okay, we all grew up I guess Hispanic. You're from Brazil,
Yes.
so there's bilinguals. What is a fun like miscommunication? Like for example, like your parents would say core and it's actually choir. For me, my dad was talking about a Hollywood actor, James Cagney, and I'm like, there's no such thing as a Hollywood actor. So no, Americano, he's an American big star, James Cagney. I'm like, there's
Who
no
is that?
thing. And I was like, en el letrero, and the marquee would say, James Cagney. I'm like, oh man, James Cagney. But in Spanish, it's James Cagney. And I'm like, Dad, there's no actor. And it was, yeah. So like that, and my dad's an electrician, so he would say, dame chanelo. And I knew what, it was like a pair of planners. I'll go, here you go, and chanelo. And then, but I knew that's wrong. So I remember I was working at this other job, and it was, you know, a white dude there, and he grabs it. And I'm like, hey, what's that called? He's like, oh, it's a channel lock wrench. I'm like, chanelo.
Now it makes sense.
Got it. So what do you guys, what do you remember? One of those like, that's how you say that.
No, like we were talking about something like about a portfolio, and my dad keeps saying portfolio. I'm like, ¿qué es un portfolio? Portfolio. I'm like, oh. And then like, my mom was like, portfolio. I'm like, oh, portfolio. And then my dad also was pretty bad at Spanish at the same time. He's Cuban. The problem is he's just never been in school. And then my grandma always told me, when he was little, he didn't say flan. He said pan.
Oh. My dad would go to McDonald's, goes like, dame chicken magnolia y un Big Mac. And I go, papá, si dice Big Mac, el tipo te vas a fajar. Like,
Yeah.
That's how you say Big Mac. He was like, un Big Mac y chicken magnolia.
Well,
Sounds like a
there's not
disease.
really much, like, because I moved here only with my mom and my sister, so like most of my family, they only speak Portuguese, so there's not really much things we change. Well, there's, you know how you said like climb, like you're climbing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my sister and my mom, they said escalate. And they said, I'm escalating. Even though it kind of makes sense if you kind of like think about it. And I was like, it sounds wrong. There's something different in there. So then I asked my stepdad, because, you know, and then he was like, what are you saying? Like, what are you guys talking about?
Imagine oh, I'm sorry, honey, I'm just escalating right now.
Yeah.
Okay, but also in what situation are you going to tell someone you're climbing?
I don't know what they were trying to say. I don't remember. But I guess they were like trying to say I was climbing
I'm
something.
escalating the stairs, honey.
Yeah, I got to escalate over the fence. I knew a girl who, like, compromisos, like when you commit to something. You say, no, you know, like, es un compromiso. But she would say, don't compromise yourself to that. And I'm like, that's a completely different word.
Another time, I'm actually pretty good at English because it's my first language, of course.
Okay.
But there's some words in English I cannot believe I can't pronounce. Thermometer.
Mine was, in Spanish, was periódico. Like newspaper, like periódico. I could say it now, but when I was a kid, I was like, blah, 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 blah. It just wouldn't come out. It was the longest word. Oh, and then casualidad. It was, people would say like, oh, what a casualty. I'm like, nope, wrong word, wrong word. All right, so are we wrapping it up?
Yes.
We are wrapping it up. So that is our podcast for today. Join us again next week.
Yeah.
As we will have some new topics. So thank you very much.
Leave a comment and
yeah, we're gonna
like,
keep.
Yes.
subscribe.